so you're okay.
This is fine.
All right.
It's recording now.
Okay. My name's Leilana Chinoa, and I'm doing this interview for my psychology class. And go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Debbie Sanchez. I am a member of the Laguna Pueblo, and I've been here at Laguna Acoma High School since 1997. Before that, I was at Grants High School from 1976 to 1997. Then in 97, I transferred here.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some questions.
Sure.
How long have you, the answer, have you been a counselor?
I was a teacher from 1976 to 1990, and then 1990 till the current, I've been a counselor. So I was a teacher first, and then a counselor.
Have you always wanted to be a counselor?
Yes. In high school, I went to Laguna Acoma High School. And my senior year of high school, my high school counselor told me to not go to school, to stay home and be a mom. So that became since then, my goal is to be a counselor and tell kids, no, go out and do more. I mean, achieve what you can instead of being home. I don't want to be one of those that says, stay home, or you can't do it, or you shouldn't do it. So I think that became my passion back in high school. And when I taught, back in the day, it used to be you had to teach 5 years before you could be a counselor. So that's why I went to teaching first. It's changed since then. Now you don't have to teach. But back in the 70s, you had to teach for 5 years before you could be a counselor. So that's why I taught. And then it was always my goal to go back to school and get my master's so I could be a counselor. Then I did that in the late 80s, and then in 1990 I became a counselor.
So you just went all past that and said,
yes.
I'm gonna...
And so my passion is with like the girls that are the teen parents that want to quit school.
Right.
It's like, no, we work things out so that we can help them graduate.
Okay. How do you prepare yourself every day for the responsibilities you face as a counselor?
Honestly, I don't know if I can say this because we're public, but I start off every day with my prayer to my Creator. You know, help me guide the students to the best of my ability, because I know I'm affecting, and I have a lot behind the scenes affecting students' lives. If I give a scholarship recommendation in on time, or if I give them a class that they don't need, then it affects them. So I pray every day, please help me do the best I can to help the kids, because I don't want. When I was a teacher, I remember kids saying, oh, the counselor gave me a wrong class, and I had to take this class, another class, and I can't graduate. So that's been another one that, no, I don't want to do that. I check and triple check and tell kids, help me double check, because I don't want students to be in wrong classes for one, or miss deadlines for scholarships or college applications or whatever. So it just starts out with a simple prayer every day. And then the mental, it's like, okay, I can do this.
Okay. What would you say is the most difficult aspect of your job?
Time. There's not enough time to do everything.
Right.
Are you going to become a counselor? Is that what you're doing?
No, I just take a class.
Okay, when we're in college, they trained us to do mental counseling. They don't teach us how to check transcripts. They don't teach us anything about high school counseling. It's mental counseling. So when I came into the counseling field, I had to learn everything from scratch because it's not mental counseling. So the hardest part is trying to get into the mental counseling, which we're all a part of. But we're lucky that we have a teen center and we have a psychologist on board that sees the kids. But sometimes she's not here, and a lot of times the students failing has something to do with what's going on at home. So I still get the mental type counseling. So the hard part is the balancing. The school says I'm the academic counselor with the grades in college and so forth, and everything else goes to the teen center. But they're so intertwined that it doesn't always happen. So I guess my biggest hurdle is the time, because, like I said, some kids that are failing 4 classes, when I start talking with them, all kinds of information comes forth. And then I'll be trying to work with them and counsel them and find out what's going on. There'll be 10 kids outside my door waiting because they want something.
Okay.
So it's...
So you do both at the same time?
Yes.
What would you say is your favorite part of your profession?
The favorite part, excuse me, honestly, is seeing the students walk across the podium when they're getting their diploma. The second is when they come back with their college degree. They say, Miss Sanchez, look, I graduated with my master's or my bachelor's. Or they come back with a degree in welding. So that's good that they know. I mean, they have gone beyond.
It's because like you helped them in the way.
Well, I'm one of the many people, the parents, I'm sure, the community, other teachers. But when they come back to show me, it makes me really proud because they thought of me.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite moments in your career that made you excited for your decision to become a counselor?
A favorite moment in my career. Not a favorite. Okay, let me think. Well, there's been a lot throughout my 30-some years where certain students have had an effect where, and it's not a favorite, but this is one of my bases for encouraging students, especially those that come in suicidal. But when I was at Grants High School, one of my beginning years of teaching, I had a young boy. He was 16 years old, he was a junior, and he had leukemia. And so he came to me because I was helping him deal with the fact that he knew he was going to die. He knew it. He received a gift from the Children's Foundation. He got a satellite because he said he wanted to go to Disneyland, but that's temporary. The satellite, he said, when he's gone, his family will still have it and remember him. And he wanted so much to live. He wanted to live, but he knew he couldn't. So when I talk to kids, it's like, somebody wants to live. His passion was to live, but he couldn't. He did. He died in the end of the year. And his death affected me greatly because we have kids who want to commit suicide, and it's like, wait a minute, think about it. When I tell him about his story, he's from Laguna. He's from the village of Siama. But to this day, this happened back in the early 90s, and so 20 years later, I'm still referring to him. So in a way, he's kind of passed on his passion for life. And when the kids hear about it, and think about and what you're doing, who you affect, and so that's not my favorite, but it's been a moment I refer to because his story kind of helps all the others in some way. Yeah, help them think about what they're doing, about life isn't that bad. There's always ways to get better. Someone that wants to live, even with people now that have cancer, they want to live, but here's someone that cut it in half and they want to kill themselves. That's, look at the big picture, look at the other things. And so I think that, okay, so that's not my favorite, but that's been a major.
Yeah. What are your favorite types of cases that you deal with?
The easy ones are, of course, my favorite. It's doing the applications and getting ready for post-high school, whether it's vocational school, high school. Those are my favorite. But there's a lot of work because you have to make sure you write the correct letter. At one time, I thought that thousands of kids apply, they're not going to read everything, but I found out they do. So I've had to become real careful about what I write, and they said the committees I've gone to have said they can tell it's a form letter. You don't want to just have a general form letter and change the name every time because they can't tell. So I've learned to write letters, and that's become fun because I get to know the students better instead of just John Doe.
Yeah, copy paste.
Yes. Yes.
What are the most difficult cases you face as a counselor?
The most difficult cases probably are the ones where the students have no support either at home. They want to do so much, but at home or the community doesn't support them. You're asking parents and they don't care. They're having their own personal problems, so they put their lives before their child. And that's really hard when the student is so frustrated, and I wish I could take them all in, but I can't, and those are the most frustrating, the most heartbreaking, because they're reaching to me for help, but there isn't